Hey, it's Alora, and I'm going to talk to you guys about my multimedia project. I did a pamphlet, and I'll explain why I chose a pamphlet later when I read my journal entries that we had to do for this assignment. So basically how it turned out was my major is recreation management, and I decided to do free local childcare for more underprivileged neighborhoods for I just think it's really important for those kids to have the kind of recreation experiences that other kids can have easily. Like if you live in a poor neighborhood and there's not really a park available or a safe place for the kids to go, like there's a higher child crime rate and juvenile detention rate and stuff like that. So I wanted to create a program that would help at-risk kids and like parents that may have to work like later than when their kids' school gets out and have an option to like send their kids. That's something fun and enriching and that will help them. So this is what my pamphlet ended up looking like. And it says free local childcare, fun, safe, and free. And I wanted to make sure that they knew it was free, so it says it a lot, because that's like the main key is that I want them to know that like this is a program that hopefully if in my dream situation I would be working within the Parks and Recreation Department of a town, and we would be able to put like government money into that. So it just says, call us at 123-PLAY to enroll your child for free now. I just made up a number since this is kind of a theoretical situation. And it says, enriching, fun, and necessary, because I really believe that recreation is necessary for children to have a good social and mental development. And so I just added some of my research that I did. It says, many studies have shown that children who attend after-school programs have higher grades, better attendance, encourage parental involvement, create a better sense of community, and give opportunities to benefit minority children. Our mission is to help your child succeed in any way we can, and we are here to help aid you and your children. Call to find a location nearest you today. And I got that information from the Quality After School Programs Proved Necessary Yet Again article from the library databases from the school library. And so then on the inside, it's just got some nice pictures of the activities that the counselors will be doing with the kids. And it says, free childcare is within your reach. Our local program welcomes you and your children for a fun, safe, and enriching experience. And it just says what the program would offer. It has guided homework help if your child needs a quiet place to study or a little help with math. We've got counselors who can help, and they all have their GEDs and are excellent with answering questions in all subjects. And I really wanted to emphasize that there would be an educational aspect to this program, because I think it really attracts parents to wanting to send their kids to that, because they don't only get a safe place to play, but they can get some free help with their homework and other things like that they might be struggling with. And then I have outdoor organized activities, and it says our outdoor organized activities gives kids time to run around and play with the supervision of our staff, as well as engage and play with them. And this gives the kids the benefit of creating relationships with other kids their age in a healthy and safe environment. And obviously the counselors that would be like working at this job would be sort of mentors for these kids. Being a counselor myself, in my previous summer jobs, I know what the job really entails, and I would know what to look for when hiring people to work in this program. And then we have arts and crafts enrichment, which says, with our local program, we feel that it's important to give kids the opportunity to express themselves not only with play and being active, but also with art. We have tons of programs involving painting, guided crafts, music, and more. And the last one is indoor unstructured playtime, which is where they basically get to play inside with like playground equipment and play with their friends like in the gymnasium. And that's when they really get to like use their imaginations. And that's important to me because it gives kids a time to just be kids and play with their friends. And if they don't have a park in their neighborhood or something, and they don't really have a safe place to do that, they're being stifled. So that was important to me to add as well. And then on the back, it just says a little mission statement, and it says, our mission is to provide a safe, fun, and free environment for families whom may not be able to afford regular after-school care. We vow to enrich our participants using sports, crafts, socialization, homework help, and a strong set of staff members to mentor and help build confidence and self-esteem within your child. And then it says, fun for all and all for fun. So this would be my dream scenario for this multimedia multimodal project. So for my journal entries, I haven't decided if I'm going to read them all on here yet or not, because that will be kind of boring. But basically, I just talked about in my first journal entry that we went over the parameters of the project in class, and I was thinking of doing a different subject than before, because in my other projects, the subject I chose was women and how they are perceived through Parks and Recreation, like compared to men, because I thought that research was important for me going into that field. I would want to know, like, do I have the same opportunities as men will, and if that's like something that's going to impact me. So I decided to go with child care programs, because that's something I'm really interested in working in when I'm older. And yeah, so I just decided to do work with poorer neighborhoods. And then in my second journal entry, I decided to do the pamphlet instead of like a video or something, because I realized that the poorer neighborhoods might not have internet access or the type of technology to reach the information that was on the internet. So that's why, like, this is really important, because you just drop it off house to house, put it up like on a bulletin board somewhere, or like a lamppost. I don't think you can staple stuff to a lamppost, but like a telephone pole, or like hand them out at schools and kids can bring them home to their parents, something like that. So I thought that was a really important thing for me to put in my journal entry, because that's like the main reason why I picked this form of media. In my third journal entry, I just talk about how I compiled my photos and facts, and I started actually making the pamphlet. And I talked about how the kids, if they found it, they would be like, wow, this is so cool, Mom, I want to go here. So I tried to make it look fun and inviting for not only the parents, but the kids too. And then journal entry 4, I talked about adding a homework program into the program, because that is an important aspect for parents, and I believe that they would want to send their kids there more if they knew that they could get homework help if they needed it, especially if they couldn't afford it or somehow didn't have a program within their school to send their kid to. And my last journal entry just talks about completing the pamphlet, and that this project really helped me to expand my media horizons, and that I could use this skill like in the actual real professional world, or like in other classes as well. So that's basically my process that I went through to figure out the different things that would go into this final product. And then the last thing I have to show you is, I should have showed this earlier, but it's okay. This is what I did for my peer edit. I planned out on the pamphlet, like I drew a little pamphlet here, and I wrote like what kind of stuff I would be putting in, and I kind of changed from where I was originally going, because in this I have like a call to action section where I was going to say ways that you could help, but then I realized that was sending kind of mixed messages, because if this is calling to families that couldn't afford to send their kids to one of these programs, it would be kind of silly adding like a call to action like, oh, donate here, when they can't even afford to send their kids to these programs in the first place. So I decided to scrap that and just go with all just promoting the program to those families. And my meeting with Professor Stark helped also to clear this up. She's actually the one that pointed that out to me, that it was a little confusing, and my peers helped me plan out the different ways I was going to present the information, and I was going to add like some statistics in here, but then I felt like that was a little bit too pushy, and that just like explaining the program and all the benefits for the children and for the family would just be better than trying to be like, statistically speaking, if you send your kid here, your crime rates will go down in your neighborhood. Because I don't really think people will, it like wouldn't come off in the right way if you were kind of like, your kid is basically gonna commit crimes if you don't go to this program. So I don't want to make it sound like that, so I decided to scrap that too. And so, yeah, this is my finished product again, and I learned a lot in this project, and it's been really helpful, and this whole class has been really helpful, actually. I like how all of our projects, we got to involve our major, and all the research was done within our major, so that was really helpful because it's actually something I care about, not just, write about Shakespeare, which Shakespeare is cool sometimes, but this is more like relevant to my life. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and thanks.